Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to the podcast. This is Mr. Ish. We're at Cordea Clubhouse. Nice mellow mood today. I dragged a couple of juniors from the digital arts room to the podcast. I just want to give a couple of shout outs. We have a couple of different countries that are actually listening to the podcast. And let me lower this a little bit. We got some people in Kenya. We got some people in Australia. Got some people in Italy. So I want to give you guys a shout out. Let's build an audience throughout the world. You know, it's important that the kids talk and they talk freely. So that's what we're here for. Everybody just welcome each other from my left to my right. Give me your name and your age, please.
I'm Amelia, and I'm 10 years old.
Hi, I'm Deshaun. I am 13 years old.
Jean, you're not a robot. Talk.
I am Deshaun. I'm 13 years
Beautiful.
Hi, I'm Noah, and I'm 11 years old.
Noah,
AKA Cha-Cha.
Cha-Cha, a.k.a. I call him Chi-Chi.
What
old.
is
AKA
the
Sweat and
backstory of
Fortnite.
Chi-Chi?
That's me.
Oh.
Okay. You guys are all over the place. What are we here to do today? What are we here to talk about? What's on your
I don't
mind?
even know.
I want to do gaming. Honestly,
No.
I have some...
Sweetie, you need to talk directly into the microphone. Even though if you're looking at him,
Yeah.
this is where you got to talk at.
Just gotta be like
Right
this. Just gotta
Right
look,
there.
Yeah,
like
talk
in
on the
my
mic.
Go ahead. Talk straight into the microphone.
talk like this.
Just talk.
Yeah, talk. You too.
I want
Noah.
to talk about gaming, honestly.
Okay. What do you want to talk
Why?
about gaming?
Oh, I have a game that I'm really, really good at.
What?
It's called Roblox.
I
No-
hate Roblox.
Noah plays it.
Leave me alone.
Do you play with Noah? Is it an online game?
Yeah, I play with Noah sometimes. He plays Eviction Note.
Oh, I like to play some Fortnite.
Oh,
I
play
I'm do Builder Pro / Sweat.
I play Minecraft.
Add me on Fortnite. Deshaun MOG. That's me.
No.
Oh, he's getting his own prop over there.
I'm a Sweat. I do Builder Pro.
Oh,
Okay,
You guys-
now that you want to talk about gaming, what's the last book you read?
Ooh.
Thank you.
last
That's what I
The
want
la-
to talk
no,
about.
the last
book
book
I
I read
read-
was Diary of a Wimpy Kid.
That's a good book.
The
I
last
know.
book I read is called The Meaning of Maddie. It's a Maggie. It's a middle school book, but I'm only in 5th grade, so.
The
Okay.
last book I
I'm in
read.
6th grade.
The last book I read was the book called Holes.
Holes, good book.
Oh, I read
Good
the book and I watched the movie.
I love it. I
I know.
can't stop reading the book.
The book is a good book.
It
Yeah,
is.
The same
See,
book
you see how I just switch gaming right into books and reading. I control the podcast. That's what I'm here for.
I
Okay.
know.
You see how quick that was a good conversation, and just now we got to an educational conversation. I know that report cards are due. I know that parent teacher night is coming. Who's
Tomorrow.
nervous?
Oh, I'm so nervous.
I'm not even nervous.
I know, but I know I'm gonna
Wait,
get
nervous
like
about
the
what?
parent
Yeah,
teacher
but you
conference.
can still be nervous. You could be
Wait,
doing
at
good and
where?
still be nervous.
And I
Where?
probably
Here?
am. No, in school.
My
What?
parent-teacher
I
conference
already had it.
passed.
Mine
Yeah,
is tomorrow.
too.
I'm hoping. Well, not hoping, but I already know I'm gonna get 3s and 4s.
Oh.
Very interesting.
No, stop.
What's your favorite subjects in school?
Oh,
Me, I haven't been in school such a long time. I can't tell you.
science.
I could tell you that one of my daughters, she's in a Head Start, so she's not really getting a report card, but she's getting, I don't know what they call it, but a progress report. That's what they call it. Then my younger daughter, she has a big award ceremony on Friday. She's getting a big award. She's getting the
that's pretty cool.
principal's award.
What?
That's the one that you see here.
Cool.
Yeah, she's really good in spelling and stuff like that. And I think
That's cool.
she's only got, I think every spelling test she got 100 and everything.
But that's so cool.
So she's getting that award, and she reads a lot of books and stuff like that. So I'm really proud of her. Shout outs to my Liana.
Yup.
And I'm sorry that I can't be there because I have to be at work. But
Oh.
my wife will probably be there, and we'll celebrate. I'll make sure I get her something
so
nice.
sorry, Sid.
One
So,
time
that'd be cool.
last year, I got a 40 on my spelling test just because I didn't
Oh.
study.
Wow.
I'm so mad at myself.
That's why you gotta study.
Yes, and you
before-
can't. You know what it is too. That I know that people have study habits. Like if you have an exam on Friday, you study Thursday. That's not good. You need to study Tuesday, Wednesday. So by Thursday, you already got it,
Yeah.
and it's just easy. And then so when Friday comes, you be like, oh, I've been doing this for 2-3 days. I'm good. But don't if you
Last-
study on Thursday for the test on Friday, you might get 50% of it.
Last year, I got a 98 on my math test
That's beautiful.
because I love math.
Oh,
When I mean
last
by
year?
I love math, I love math. Like I love it.
Okay,
That's a
I'm
good
gonna.
subject to love because you're always gonna use math.
Last year I loved math, but this year I don't really love it as much as I do. I mostly love love science because on the first day of school, my science teacher he bring in a snake. It was not his
Ew.
snake.
Oh,
It wasn't his snake.
Ew.
I don't like snakes at all.
Yeah, I got bit by one before.
It wasn't. It wasn't his snake.
Good
It was
thing
another
wasn't
teacher's snake.
poisonous.
It was another teacher's snake.
Oh,
Yeah, I remember.
I don't mind snakes. Snakes are cool.
I remember I
random.
was holding someone's snake at school today. It was like a
Today,
Today,
Today.
they're allowed to bring that.
Yeah, they could bring animals to the class. You
They
didn't
could
know
bring
that?
a dog.
No.
when you talking about a snake, you saying no to a dog and you act like that's crazy. You just said that you
I
was holding
never
a
s-
snake.
Yeah, I was holding like a lizard. Well, it's not
A
a snake.
lizard?
Lizard's a snake.
A
You
lizard.
said you got bit by a snake, not a lizard.
Exactly.
No, I said I got bit by a snake. I said today I was holding a teacher's lizard.
Oh,
Okay, that's different.
but I love. Okay.
What's your favorite? What's your favorite animal?
Oh, I was just about to say that.
What's your favorite
Pigs.
animal? Pig.
Pigs,
Pigs are
yes.
cool.
Dogs. I love
Dogs.
dogs.
Sean, what's your favorite animal?
Sharks.
That's what I'm
What?
talking about.
Really?
My favorite animal is a shark.
I think my
I
cousin's
don't like
favorite animal
sharks. They
is a
scare
shark.
me.
I love sharks.
I think my
Yeah.
cousin's favorite
I
animal
like the
is a shark.
stripes. My favorite is
Oh.
a great white shark.
Really?
Can I bring up a memory that happened like last summer?
What?
So me and Chi went to a water park and we went on this ride. It's called the Megalodon. And so me and her guardian were on the tube and I almost fell out. I was like, oh, I cursed, yeah.
Yeah, that's not
Um.
funny.
And I was like, oh my God. And I just freaked out.
Oh my god, that's so
It's
scary.
because I almost fell out the
Because
tube.
you're skinny?
No,
No, I'm not saying. I'm not saying because he's a little skinny and you
Yeah, I
could fall.
know.
You could fall into those little cracks or something. And
You want to hear the
You're scared.
No, it was like one of
Wanna
those
hear
because I could tell you this much,
Have
I'm big.
to-
That's why I don't like getting on roller coasters because I'm too big. And,
I only-
and it feels like the thing doesn't close properly. Like it goes, "Ink," and it feels like it's on the first click. I need it on the third click. And they be like, "No, you'll be all right." I be like, "Nah, I'm on that first click."
No, I'm
The worst
talking about
thing-
water parks.
Was
Hold
it
up,
like
can I
a
say
Not roller
something?
coasters.
was it like a half tube? Like the tube was like
It's
showing
no,
on the
it was
top?
it was like one of those 4-person tubes.
Oh, okay, the one
Oh.
that you're sitting there.
Yeah, the one you just sit in it and you put your feet in the middle.
Oh yeah, I know.
Guys,
those.
you want to hear the
'Cause my
worst
butt
thing
almost
that
fell
ever
through.
happened to me?
What happened
What?
to you?
What?
So when I was walking, when I took the bus to school, I was in class. I had like a phone in my bag, right?
And somebody stole it?
Yeah, someone, I caught this kid just trying to steal my phone, and I'm like, get your hands out of my bag. Like, I don't know where you had your hands from.
I know, and like you don't want
Like-
you don't want anybody snooping in your stuff, cause then
I
They
had my bag closed. I heard him zipping the thing open. I
And
was
then-
like, what you doing?
and then he like and then
And
he
then he
tells
looked at
other
me
people.
and then he tried to move slowly back to his desk, and I said, get away from my bag. So I was holding my bag for the rest of the day.
So
That's
he didn't
crazy.
take your phone, right?
That's a
yeah.
good idea though to hold it.
All right. I know we're jumping all around the place. We got animals. We're going to games. What's the last game system you guys got?
Oh,
Wii
the
U.
last one?
Switch.
Switch.
What do you mean, like the last one?
The last, the newest one that you have.
Oh, the newest one. I don't have a Switch yet, but I have a PS4.
I got a Switch.
It's
I
good.
I want a Switch.
My
I don't-
first,
It's so cool. A
Whoa.
Switch.
I
my
played
mom
it.
says I can't get one because it's too expensive.
It's only like $200.
No, it's actually $300.
It's actually $300.
yeah,
Yeah.
it costs the same thing as a PlayStation.
It's $300 and the games
Why
are
don't
like
you just
$60.
sell your PlayStation so you can get the
My mom
Switch?
bought me a PlayStation, but she didn't buy
But
me
they
a
got that new one. You
Nintendo.
seen the new one coming out? The new Switch Junior. That is like
Oh, yeah,
instead of
it
the
came out
things
already.
coming out,
It came
it's
out
just
already.
it's all connected. That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
the
but,
Nintendo Switch
you can't
Lite.
play certain games on there.
Yeah, like Mario Kart when you
Oh,
want
you can't play?
No.
Mario Kart?
No, you can't play certain games on there. You can play Mario Kart,
but
but
like when you want
but you need to like take the
two-player?
controllers out to play ARMS.
yeah, like two people or like
Oh.
three,
Yeah, it's
4.
like-
I bought it for my daughters. I thought they'll play. I thought that they'll like I bought them Just Dance.
Oh, I
um,
have that game.
But my older daughter, Liana, she just likes to do her own thing, and she likes her
Oh.
own songs. And then
Wow.
my baby, she's
no.
the audience. She's like, go Liana. She claps, and then she gets in every once in a while and does a split or something. But they don't want to like sit down and do the same dance over and over. And I try to put like Havana, Ooh La La, and all that. Which they love that song.
Yeah.
But it
they do.
ended up being like me and her mom like dancing bachata songs,
Oh,
like
God.
stuff like that, and it was
No.
pretty fun. It was
I'm
cool.
getting memories
but
of
that was
Chi
it.
Chi now.
Aw.
The
Tell us
first
what's
console,
up.
the first
Huh?
console I
Tell us
had
hi.
was the Xbox 360 and the PS Vita that looks like a DS.
Oh yeah, I had that one too. I used to buy like
And boy, I
The
love
system
the
for my
PS
son,
Vita.
but no
I
more.
just loved it. I actually want to buy another one.
To be honest, the first ever gaming console I ever got was the PS3.
The PS3.
Yeah.
Actually, my first.
to be the first. I got which one I got?
Which one?
The Atari 2600
Oh.
Wait, what's
classic. Yeah, exactly.
I don't even know what that is.
Yeah, do some research,
I don't
Mr.
know either.
Gamer.
I
You're
don't
a
even know what
gamer.
that is.
Well,
Yeah, I-
actually, the ones I really got the first gamers is I had those tabletop like Galaxian and Miss Pac-Man and stuff and Donkey Kong. Those were my first gaming. The first handheld system was the Galaxian,
Oh.
which was cool because you could play it as one player, but if I turned it, you could have controls of the monsters and I could control the other part.
That's
And it was
cool.
expensive at the time. I must have been like 12 years old. I think my mom bought it for me. It was like $180.
Oh, that's a lot. Just like
Well,
for a gaming
Well, for
system.
1985, it was a lot.
Yeah.
So that was my first game.
The first
Wow.
gaming system I ever got was my DS. That's the first one, and then my second one was a Switch. So I only
You
had.
know what?
actually
You know
got
what you guys didn't ever get to do besides, I guess, if you go to Dave and Buster's. You know how Dave and Buster's you'll play all these different games
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see,
I
when
want
I was
that.
young, that was gaming.
Really?
You didn't have games in your own
So
house.
basically,
So
you're
like no
saying that-
electronics.
You didn't have games in your house. It was not something that you had.
So what you're saying is that arcade machines were your games back then?
Yes. So if you
What?
wanted to play games, you had to go to the
Pay.
arcade.
You gotta pay for
So,
it.
My
I'll be like, Mom,
dad-
give me a quarter. Dad, give me a quarter. Grandma, give me a quarter. So you get like 3 quarters, and then you'll go to the arcade where, usually have one on the block. It was like a bodega and had like 5 or 6 machines in it. And you go in there and you put your quarter and you be like, I got next. And, you wait till he finishes Miss Pac-Man and then you play. And hopefully if you were good, your quarter lasts a long time. But if you were bad, your quarter go very fast.
You want to hear something funny?
So
my
that was
dad,
our gaming.
My dad told me this story. So
About gaming?
no, it's something else. It's kind of funny. He told me this like when we was taking a cab home. So when we was taking a cab home, he said that when he was like 12 years old, he was reading a book in his grandma's room. He was in the same room with his grandma, and then he said like a bad word in Jamaica.
Oh.
And then his grandma was like, "What do you say?" And then his grandma said, "Where you find that word from?" And then my dad said he didn't know where to get the word from, so he said from the dictionary. So
Dictionary.
yeah,
right now
and
is
his
going nowhere.
It's like so he looked in a dictionary and saw a curse word, and he's like, "Oh, let me say this." In front of his grandma.
So
Yeah,
basically,
no, he didn't say that in front of grandma. He just said it out of nowhere. He wasn't reading a dictionary. He just randomly said from a dictionary. So while he was getting the dictionary, his grandma got the belt.
the only word I'm
Look.
hearing
Whipping.
is dictionary.
They're like,
Yeah, and
one
then,
turns one way.
when my dad couldn't find a word, he was just looking back at my grandma my great grandma and back at the
Dictionary.
dictionary, just looking back and forth. And then my grandma just had the belt in full length.
And he was like, "Yeah, yeah."
And
That's
then
the
my-
worst
and then
part.
my
I
dad-
don't like
Uh-huh.
belts.
And then my dad was like, okay. And like every time like he would get on the other side, back then my grandma was fast. She was like fast. Like
Grandmas are usually fast.
every time
Mm-hmm.
he would get on the other side, she'll be already there already because she's like fast.
Like
And
you
then
think grandmas are slow?
He eventually got out the room because when he was about to get the spanking, she locked the door.
So he couldn't get out.
Yeah, so he tried to stay on the other side, and then he managed to get on the other side, and then locked it, and then managed to open the door, like unlock it, and then run out, and then run to his room, and then hide, and then Grandma just bust open the door. Then she said, "You
Grandma
better
just
not
went
say
in there
that
and kicked
again."
the door down.
You
All right,
think,
so
like,
basically what I got from your story is your father found the word in the dictionary. It was a bad word. He said to grandma. Grandma wasn't too happy. Being the end. Who got another story?
Oh, I got another story.
Talk to me.
Okay.
Yay.
So my story is about nightmare.
Nightmares?
I have, like, they're creepy. One time I got a nightmare that wasn't even that bad, but I still got scared.
To be honest, a regular average person can't even remember their dreams. So
Oh, I remember my dreams.
It's. Have you ever had one of those dreams that you're falling, and then
Oh,
you wake
yeah.
up before you fall?
and I'm just like,
There's always a saying that if you don't wake up, that supposedly you'll die. But since we're all telling the stories, that means that we all woke up.
one time I actually let the dream go, and I was just like, I just like froze, and I woke up, and I'm like, am
You
I
know what's the
fine?
best? When you could dream, wake up, maybe go to the bathroom, go get something to drink, and then get back to your dream.
Oh,
That's dope.
Ah.
I be trying that all the time. I be like, oh, this
doesn't-
dream was so good.
I know.
try
sometimes
to
that
get back.
happens to me.
I can't. I usually can't get back to it though.
I know. No,
Me neither.
I was always like, please let this be a good dream.
I remember.
Like my
I remember
when I
had
have
this-
dreams, I sometimes when I think about them and talk about them, they never happen again, and I get mad. But one time I had a dream two nights in a row, and I was happy. But then when I thought about it, the next day I didn't even have the dream.
My
It was
God.
sad, very sad.
All right. This is where we throw one of these in there.
Yeah.
Let me see. Just making sure my sound effects work. Fine. My bad. All right. Well,
Stop.
I'm glad I
question
forced
what-
you guys to do this.
Yeah, I know.
You
Cause,
you
'cause
You didn't actually force me. I just want.
you forced me.
Oh yeah, I
Yeah, I did.
carried
You
him.
carried me. You carried me.
I was like,
We
let's
didn't
go.
have we didn't have a camera, but he was literally carried into the room. He was
I-
placed in the chair.
Yeah, not nice.
But I said I wasn't going alone, and so I grabbed him.
Well, you wasn't going alone. You was going with me.
I was like, no, don't let me go.
But I still carried him because
Noah, how you let her carry you like that?
he
I
was light.
can't get down.
I was
to be
holding him
honest.
too tight. I was like,
All right.
And
I'm
then
going to
that's
take you
all.
back to digital arts, but this is
Thank
what I'm
you.
going to leave you guys with.
no.
I
Okay.
appreciate that you came in here. Didn't give me too much of a hard time. I just want to expose people to different things
I
throughout,
just don't want to
throughout
get in
the
trouble
building.
by my dad.
No, you wouldn't get in trouble. I would just tell
To
them.
be-
I just tell them that you didn't come. I just want to expose you guys to different things because this is part of digital arts now. The same way you guys, take pictures and you go Snapchat and you do whatever all the other things that
Yes.
you guys do.
I'm into
YouTubers
technology.
and stuff like that. And you
I'm
guys
into
are in there trying to make your own music. This is also part of the technology that we have. That's available to you guys to use
Digitality.
and to
Yep.
have the freedom of talking and bringing up topics that normally is not something that you're going to talk to your dad about or your sister about or something like that. So we could talk about funny stuff. We could have jokes. We could talk about gaming. We could talk about stuff that's happening in schools. We could talk about politics. We could talk about everything. And I just want to make sure that you guys feel comfortable enough to have that freedom and to know that this is one of the places you could do it.
Okay.
I am
Okay.
totally listening to this. I'm gonna.
Yeah, and we're available
Yeah,
on
we're
and
all listening.
we're
to it
available
because we
on-
have
on-
headphones.
no, but I'm not talking about here. When you're at home, right now we have 25 podcasts that are placed on the internet.
I'm using Spotify.
If you have an Apple phone,
Yes.
Apple's probably the most famous
My phone
one.
broke.
We have
Apple's the
Stitcher, we
best.
have
Yeah,
Anchor,
Apple's the best.
Spotify. We have
My dad kept saying
Google-
Android
Google.
is better.
You got Twitter?
Well, we don't do the podcast on Twitter.
I don't use
Oh.
Twitter like
I
that.
guess we could
I
put the
use,
link,
I
but we
use
have like 8
Instagram.
different places that,
Oh, it
that we're
literally
on.
just says it right
That's
there.
good.
Yeah, so you should
What's
definitely
that?
go. Some of them are funny, like we have Chi in it. I know we have a he's part in a couple of them already. We have cadets in it. We have staff members. I'm probably the one that's on most of them because I'm the one
Yeah, because you're
that's
the one
here
that's
and
always
talking
here.
and controlling the board and stuff like that. But we have some that we started in English and we turned to Spanish.
Really?
Yeah, so we have some that we call those SAP. We have some that we'll talk about music. We have some. We have a lot of different.
We have a
They
lot,
have a
yeah.
lot of different topics that we
Yeah.
that we touch. So even though yes, it might not be you on this particular podcast that's up, and I put them out like 2 a week. Just listen to the other ones because they may have interesting topics that you could bring up or that you may know more about, or just to listen to the other members that are doing these things.
I listened to the one with Miss Margaret. I didn't finish
that's
it, but
fun.
I listened to some of it.
And I feel that if people throughout the world are doing it, why not the ones that are in this clubhouse? There's 25 up there. Y'all can listen to it when you're, cleaning the room or when you're just, relaxing or on a bus ride or something. Just, they're usually pretty short, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. Some of them are 40 minutes. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Wait, 40
Yeah,
minutes?
40
That's-
minutes, 45, but you should listen to those conversations because they're really, really good. Well, thank you guys. I'm gonna put you back in your room.
Thanks.
I'm a
Uh,
kid.
say goodbye.
Bye.
Check. 1 2 1 2. Check. Check.
And we're out of here.